Hello, everyone. Welcome to another one of the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy. I'm Dereligs K, and today we are going to start the final game in this series, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. That's the newest one. The last two games were really, frankly, crazy, but I really enjoyed them. And this game makes me think. I love that. I'm gonna start now. Yeah. How did I get into this mess? Why? Why did I do that? That girl. You shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your own sake. If you continue to stay here, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about her. That girl. Stop it. Don't look at her like that. Bro? Phoenix? It wasn't me. I didn't do it. Looking not really good against you. 5 years earlier, Mia faced second trial. April 11th, 9:40 p.m. District Court, defendant number 3. Yeah, it's only time. I'm kind of nervous. Oh, Mr. Grossberg. Good morning. Mia. Please calm yourself down. You're going to get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, you know. What are you talking about? I am relaxed, Mr. Grossberg. Look at me, I'm relaxed. Go with my labels. You obviously haven't got the temperament of a lawyer. I'm so sorry. I'm so nervous today. Oh, that's right. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Whenever you fear, my dear. I'm Marvin Grossberg at your service. Actually, this is my second time in court. Still, you surprised me with your earnest request last night. Let me handle this case, he suddenly said. And quite forcefully, too. I just found out yesterday about the case, I mean. What? You've already learned all the relevant facts. Oh, about that. I mean, of course I have. I think. Oh dear. In any case, don't let our client see that you're so nervous. So that poor young man in the pink sweater over there. That's our client. Good morning there, everybody. Good morning. Try to keep smiling, yeah. I just want to say, I'll give it all I got. Yep, it'll be fine, no problem. Bro, having to go to court while you're sick must be horrible. Oh, what's wrong? Do you have a cold or something, Mr. Gray? Actually, it's right. Like the Flying Brothers. People screw it up all the time. I guess I have a cold. That's what this mask is for. That's what the mask is. My doc says this way I won't be able to give it to anyone else. Be kind to others, he says. Right, Mr. Wright. You have nothing to fear in court today. You are truly innocent. I promise I will save you. Please let go of my shirt. That's right, he's the one on trial, not you. He's the one who should be nervous. You need to say shrunk for your climb, yeah? My name is Miafe. I'm still pretty new to this lawyer thing. First time I appeared in court was a year ago. But that trial traumatized me so badly, I thought I'd never set foot in another courtroom. What happened? What the fuck? It's been 1 year since then, and well, here I am again. This time, I'm going to win. For my client, and myself. Holy shit, it's a young... I'm just complementary guy, he's... Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Yeah, his name's like Max Payne or something. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense today is... Miss Miafe, was it? Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem? I was under the impression that Marvin Grossberg was leading the defense. Yes, well, you see, Mr. Grossberg had a bit of an emergency. Emergency? But isn't that him standing there next to you? Yes, well, you're just a rookie. Are you sure you can really handle this? Come on, Mr. Yumiya. Give him your toughest luck. Of course, Your Honor. I think. Oh, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please. Oh, well. I can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer. Don't worry, little girl. It'll all be over soon. What was that all about? You trying to trash talk me? Now then, I'd like to proceed with a summary of events on the day in question. The incident occurred on the campus at Ivy University. The murder victim was a student named Doug Swallow. He was a fluffier student studying pharmacology. Sounds like he was a very bright young man. Yes, well, next we have a photo taken at the scene of the crime. Murderer? Brother always got electrocuted. Students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body, and the defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway. They then called the police. That certainly makes the defendant look very suspicious indeed. Very well. Court accepts this photo and record as evidence. Bro, we're calling this a murder when the man obviously got, like, shocked to death? By the way, I can't quite tell the cause of death from this photo. Your reputation's for sagacity? I'm looking that up. I don't feel like saying that wrong. Sagacity? Your reputation for sagacity is well earned, Your Honor. The truth is that this victim died a rather unusual death. Unusual death? What do you mean, Mr. Payne? Oh, perhaps the defense would like to take this question. Huh? A simple question. I thought I might loosen you up a bit. I am a genteel man, if you will. A what? Stand up to me, show me what you're made of. Ah, a perfect opportunity. Well, what was it? The cause. Go on. At least so you know at least this much. So sorry, I didn't get a chance to read through the whole file. My hemorrhoids have been getting jacked up. Let's see here. Hey Snorlax, how you doing today? The details of this case are found in the court record. Okay, yeah, he did get electrocuted. Yeah, okay. But you knew that already, didn't you? At the court record. You can say that pressing RV. No, you didn't. All of the weapons we need can be found in the court record. Take a good hard look at the data there and think carefully before you enter, my dear. This is my attorney's badge. I'm glad you're here, you're doing good. Yes, sir. I'll do just that. Gotta stay calm. Can't let that prosecutor get the better of me. The court record. Okay, let's take a look. I just press here. Now then, the attorney for the defense, please answer the question. What was the cause of death? Asphyxiation. According to the court record, it was a fatal electric shock. In other words, electrocution. Electrocution? How could such a thing happen? Did the murderer some type of new super powerful stun gun, perhaps? Pictures of that will become crystal clear as the trial proceeds, Your Honor. Well, for that, there's one more vital issue. What's that? By motive, of course. Apparently there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant. Bad blood? What do you mean? Whoopsie, I'm terribly sorry. You're the defense attorney, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing your spotlight like this. I really don't like this guy's smug attitude. Winston Payne. Winston. I hate that. Why'd I just not catch that? It's Winston Payne for you. This one's smooth operator if you catch my drift. No. I don't call him the rookie killer for nothing, you know. Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? And this time, I'd like to see some supporting evidence. Evidence? No need to get all worked up over this. As I said, all weapons can be found in the court record. Such a stupid for him to have. If anything, it goes more to him rather than anyone else. Okay, well, I can't really read it. Okay, yeah. He's 49, so he's in his 50s at the time of the game actually starts. Find the evidence you need and shove it into old Greybeard's face. Yes, sir. Into old Greybeard's face. Or Mr. Grosper. Try to set up a better example for the young lady. Yeah. Evidence isn't the only thing in the court record. People's profiles are as well. You can talk between profiles and evidence with. Make sure to go over it all. Now then, let's see what you got. What was the cause of bad blood between Phoenix and Wright and the victim? Girl. The reason for the bad blood between these two of them were this woman right here. Dahlia Horthon, was it? Very good, Miss Faye. Fun fact. Payne has a longer first win. Oh, brother. I hate how they call him the newbie killer. This man is like the tutorial boss. Very good, Miss Faye. You seem to have picked up at least on this much. This woman here is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. Up until about 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Don't say that. Clearly, she has some part in play of the story. Are you being awfully sensitive today? Is something the matter with what's going on in the stream? He's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants. Very well, Mr. Payne. Please show your false first witness. Please call your first witness. Just having your device, that's unfortunate. If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? The defendant himself? Well, Miss Faye? It's fine. After all, Miss Wright is innocent, right? The defense has no objection. Very well. The court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the witness stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Oh, yeah, my name is Phoenix Wright. My job is, well, right now I guess I'm a suspect. Oh no. It means what did you do before you were arrested? Oh. I was a university student. Mr. Wright, I understand that you are suspected in the death of your fellow student, Doug but I didn't do it. I'm innocent, I tell you. I'm telling you I was. Would the defendant please refrain from passing his cold on to the rest of us? It seems the witness has something he wants to say. Well then, Mr. Wright, please tell us about your relation to the victim. Right away, Your Honor. The victim and I. Unfortunate that I'm not playing as Phoenix, because he's the only one I use my genuine normal voice for. I admit I was there, but I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. How did I knew the guy to begin with? I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Damn. Payne has a longer win streak than both Miles Woodworth and Von Karma. Oh, Miss Von Karma. That's kind of insane. I'm gonna have to read up on that. I see. So you hardly knew the victim. Right, like I said, I'm not a killer. Yeah. The judge understands. You're being naive, you know. Too naive. Huh? It seems that you've forgotten one small thing, young lady. And that would be? This witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination. Cross-examination? He's right. And it is the defense's duty to carry the cross-examination. The purpose is to determine if the witness' testimony contains any contradictions. Contradictions? If a witness is lying, their statements will conflict with the court record. But Mr. Wright is my client. Even if he is your client, in court, all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see. What does he mean by that? Is he saying that testimony just now... There's a lie? Contradiction? No, your cross-examination feud, please, Miss Faye. Please, Mr. Wright. I haven't been lying. Payne's win streak is 7 years long? Oh my god. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? Alright, let's begin the good old... I don't like how this new one feels. I mean, I was there. Alright, it's time to start pressing the buttons over and over. When you say there, you mean the place where the victim was murdered? Yeah, sort of. Place where something happened, anyways. Something? You can't have what happened. We have photographic evidence. Anyway, Mr. Wright, what were you doing at the scene of the crime? I thought you said you didn't know the victim, Mr. Swallow. It was just a coincidence. We bumped into each other by accident. Coincidence, huh? I hate how that's right does that. You say you found the body, so who called the police? Huh? Unfortunately, some other students identified the police. Other students? That's correct. They were witnesses. Witnesses who saw the defendant there sitting next to the body in shock. What? Is this true, Mr. Wright? Could you stop sneezing every time you're in a bind? Well, it's true that I was pretty shocked when I found the body. But I... So you didn't know his face, or even his name, right? Right. Well, No. That is, I mean... So, which is it? Did you know him or not? Now see here, you can't avoid the question. Now see here, you can't avoid the question by sneezing all day. Well, I guess I did know his name. News to me? Why didn't he tell me that before? Heard he used to date Dolly. Who is this Dolly person? Ah yes, that would be the defendant's lover, Miss Dahlia. I hate how I said her name right the first time, and suddenly I'm having a stroke and can't say it. Dahlia, yeah. It's Dahlia Hathorn. Oh, I see. Ah, young love. So bittersweet. That's all I knew about him. Yeah, Dahlia. Yeah, my brain was just having a stroke. Mr. Wright, you stated in following your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. That's right. I mean, why would I even... But that doesn't sound right. You hardly knew him. Then why would you say that the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? Well, Mr. Wright? No, it wasn't me. I'm not a killer, I swear. Mr. Wright, I will give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How was it that you knew the victim was, as you put it, a British wannabe? Yes, well... He was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. Alright. What is that? Union Jack. Okay, that's literally just the British flag. Fair enough. And did you see it at the crime scene? The Union Jack, I mean. Yes, that's right. I saw it at the crime scene. That's why I figured he must love British stuff, see? You are such a bad liar, oh my god. It's true, cross my heart. I swear I didn't do it. He's acting fishier than the sunlight last night. May I ask you something, Miss Fay? Yes, Your Honor. What is it now? Who is this person anyway? This Union Jack fellow? The Union Jack is the name of the United Kingdom's flag. Oh, I see. You mean like the Stars and Stripes, right? As usual, Your Honor, your insight astounds me. Hey, something just occurred to me. Isn't there something strange about this bit just now? Mia, there's a contradiction here. Mr. Grassberg, quickly now, show the little boy what you mean business. With evidence, I mean. Okay, Mia, check the court record really. Well, my dear, you think you can manage from this... You think you can manage on your own from this point? Handle myself. 1 year ago, I was in a courtroom just like this. I can do it. I can handle this myself. You mustn't try to bite off more than you can chew, Mia. I'll be fine. You know what I have to do. Remember, you can always press him to get more information. Oh, and one more thing. When you're going to state a contradiction, make sure you present some definitive proof. Okay, Mia, one more time from the very beginning of this testimony. This is supposed to be easy. So, I got a present. And okay. Alright. Well, he's not wearing a... Is that a shirt? That is a shirt, okay. Are you certain you saw the Union Jack? Yeah, I'm sure. It was written on his back. Sway, is there some point of questioning in the... Is there some point to this line of questioning? Your Honor, please take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing on this victim's back. Hey, wait a minute, he's wearing a leather jacket. The Union Jack was on the back of the t-shirt he was wearing. I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body. But if that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You'd have no idea what he was wearing underneath that jacket. Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me. Please forgive me. Mia, you've made our client cry. Let him. That piano's chest wasn't sent for Phoenix anyways. Oh, that's me. Not him. That piano's chest wasn't sent for Phoenix anyways. Can't believe I trusted him. I'm sure it was all wrong. That was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me. Quite clear that this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime. Uh-oh. Did I go too far? By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it? Yeah, I took a scum, but... What's the medicine you took an over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X? Yeah, that's right. Kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. Do you know that I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X? Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now? Well, actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere. You lost it? Does this even do anything with the case? Mr. Wright, shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now? Huh? Your Honor, I'd like you to take another look at the photo from the crime scene. What's this in the victim's hands? Yeah, it's there. Oh, wait a fucking second. How the fuck did you get that photo? What's this? In the victim's hand, it's Cold Killer X. Yes, but even I got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid the argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this model of Cold Killer X belongs to. Especially since Mr. Wright's fingerprints all over it. What? Scenting his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine, dropped by Mr. Wright, and hid it in his hand. His purpose in doing so can only be to identify his killer as Phoenix Wright. Order in the court. Yeah, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence. Very well. The court will accept them into the record. Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken. Broken? Yes, it ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all of this? This is really bad. Oh, my buttocks, my poor hemorrhoids. The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so he agreed to meet at 12:45 on that building. That's definitely not the time for that, but alright. I'm just gonna... Okay, well, whatever. That is definitely a 15 mark, but whatever. Yeah, that looks to me like a 115, but I guess that could count as 2, but unless, because yeah, because it's 12 is it's upside down, so that's the 15 mark. We talked for a bit, and then around 3 o'clock we split up. That can't be right. Then later, when I went back, I found him lying there. I've been taking Coca-Cola Extra the last 2 or 3 days, but I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime the day of the accident. Yeah, that's pretty fucking fishy. Mr. Wright, it's completely different from the testimony you gave previously. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm afraid you wouldn't believe the truth. You forgive me if I say I hardly find your current testimony any more credible. Miss Fay, please begin your cross-examination. Oh, please, Mr. Wright. Don't tell me more lies. Had you ever met the victim before then? No, never. But that day he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dahlia. And this Dahlia person is my it's kind of embarrassing. She's my sweetheart. Oh, what? What was that for, Mia? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like slapping something all of a sudden. For what? Dahlia Hawthorne was also the lover of the murder victim, Doug Swallow. Before she met Mr. Wright, that is. So it's one of those lusting love triangles, I see. Why does old fart know about this? Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated you should meet at 2:45? Yeah, and we were both there around time. No. You said the victim was in the pharmacology department, correct? Yeah, he was studying how to manufacture and how to improve pharmaceuticals. Everyone called him the alchemist of IVU. An alchemist, I see. I gotta admit, I was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything. It's filled with chemicals and strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. Oh, how fascinating. He seems like he was quite an ambitious young man. Quite do. The timing is off, bro. So you were absolutely certain you met at 2:45? Yeah, pretty sure. That's the time class ends. They're always doing experiments, so it doesn't matter much. Experiments? Yeah, those pharmacology guys are always in the lab looking at something. Well, looks like he's right about the time anyway. Let's go on with your testimony. That watch is not talking about that. That can't be right. So what was it you were talking about? You know... we should hang out again sometime. Hang out again sometime? I wish that were true. So you say you went back? Yeah. That's when I found the body. Yes, but why did you go back in the first place? Weren't you angry with him? Well, that's right, I was. Then why, Mr. Wright? Why did you go back there? I thought maybe we could make up. Judging by the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure no one is buying this. It's rather unusual to catch a cold this time of the year, isn't it? Yeah, it's April. I mean, I understand it was like a pollen allergy, but... why are you sick? Yeah, I always get a little careless when the weather starts to warm up. I guess I shouldn't sleep with the window open this early in spring, huh? What's your issue? I suppose common sense isn't always common. So, didn't you must know that you were taking cold medicine? Well, I always took one after meals. I'm pretty sure all my friends knew about it. On the day of the incident, what did you do for lunch? Huh? What does that have to do with anything? You can never be too sure. I always eat with Dolly. Just the two of us. Dolly's homemade lunches are just the greatest. Her mini omelets are immensely delicious. Oh my god! Ouch! Where did you just punch me in the jaw? Oh, I'm sorry. I just hurt. I feel like hurting someone all of us. What is your issue? Well, Mia? I don't know. Can't seem to find any contradictions. The boy isn't exactly what I call a natural-born liar, you know. But still, we can't have him continue to spout nonsense. I know. What can I do? I'm certain he must be hiding something. Information. Right now, it's information we need more than anything else. So we need... Yeah, let's try this one now. So maybe you can tell us more about that pharmacology. Pharmacology. Pharmacology? Pharmacology. Shut up. Okay, well, sure. I don't know all that much, though. A little bit earlier in your testimony, you said something about interesting. You said the department uses some shrink machines that run on high voltage electricity. That's right. They sure do look dangerous. They use non-standard voltages, so there are high voltage cables everywhere. High voltage cables? Yeah, there are electrical poles. Why does my mom do that? Set up around all the building. The high voltage cables run overhead throughout on the roof. Finally, I think we're getting somewhere. I think that's enough for now. So the defendant and the victim met at approximately the time of his death. And then the defendant returned to the scene for some unknown reason. I'm not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either. Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted. What do you mean? I knew it was too much work for a little girl. However, there's one mystery that still remains. There is, Your Honor. How the murder was carried out, of course. Just how was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct? Well, that is you're correct, Your Honor. So how exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? I could somehow establish how it was done. You mean the you mean the wire that's cut right there? So he corked the bottle. Yeah. Maybe it could still come out of this mess smelling like a rose. Your Honor. Yes, Miss Faye. I believe that if we were to piece together everything we've heard up to now, we should be able to solve the mystery as to how Mr. Swallow died. That would be most impressive. Quite the brash statement coming from a rookie. But even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of the court, yes? An attorney must be able to substantiate their arguments with evidence. Of course I know that. Actually, I totally forgot about that. Now then, Miss Faye, let's see what you got. Show me how you believe the victim was executed. Why is that umbrella bent? As for the cause of death, I'd say this picture captures it quite well. What? But there's nothing that even remotely resembles a murder weapon here. I'm afraid the defense is going to have to explain this in a bit more detail. Miss Faye, what exactly in this photo is a murder weapon? Right here. Well, naturally, it's right here. That's... What is that? A severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor. Remember the testimony we heard? The machines that pharmacology students use in their experiments require high voltage. Because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere. So then the high voltage cable? Yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That is most likely explanation. That certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, you say about this? Well, I believe some praise is in order. Don't toy with me, old man. Now, the victim's cause of death may indeed be the high voltage cable. However, I want you to think about that really implies the only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was the defendant. That much is certainly true. Yes, and that's not all. We have proof. Irrefutable proof that will establish Mr. Wright as the murderer. You do? Well, what is it? His fingerprints. Fingerprints? You mean on the defendant's fingerprints are on something besides the medicine bottle? Let's take a look at the crime scene photo. Is it the umbrella? As you can see, the victim is wearing a leather jacket. And as you may know, leather holds fingerprints quite well. You mean... Yes. It's quite clearly imprinted on the chest area of the victim's jacket. The palm print of the defendant's very own hand. What? You know, think of one way Mr. Wright could have left the print like that. Intent to murder, he squarely pushed the victim towards the severed electrical cable. Order. That's enough. We can conclude that there's no reason to continue this cross-examination. Took a fork in us, we're done. Mr. Grassberg. A hand roads never lie. This show's over, Mia. I knew that boy was good to the first time I saw him. What the fuck? No, you're wrong. Mr. Wright is innocent. No further evidence is required me to convince me of this man's guilt. Your Honor. At this time, I am ready prepared to render a verdict in this case. Do you have something further to add, Miss Faye? Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth, the whole truth. If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. But I can't. I just can't say it. If I told you what would happen, then I'd be... It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me. Miss Faye, no matter what it is you have to say, I believe in you and I'll represent you to the very end. We've already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything. Wait a minute, Mr. Wright. I'll tell you what really happened. But I've already told you, Mr. Wright. There's no need to go further. I did it? I admit it, I pushed him. It's my fault. Oh, it's my fault that Doug's actually died. That girl, you shouldn't see it anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. Continue to see her, it's gonna be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me, man. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it. Don't talk about her like that. Why are you sweating? What you just said, is that the truth? Yes, I was afraid if I told the truth, everyone would think I was the murderer for sure. Well, as things currently stand, we're absolutely convinced you are. Please give me one more chance to explain. This time I swear I'll tell the whole truth. Niggas just be lying in court, bro. It'll be okay, won't it, Miss Faye? I believe in you. Oh, thank you. Still can't believe it. You really did push the victim. Feels like my hemorrhoids are doing the Harlem Shake. You know, the timeline this game is set in, you can't be saying that. That guy, he was talking bad about Dahlia. So I fucking uppercut him. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. At that moment, I heard some kind of a loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. So I went back. But he was just lying there dead. Well, considering that the umbrella went out of sight, I'm assuming that the umbrella is the cause of the cut cord. Well, the explanation is really quite simple. When you pushed him, Mr. Swallow flew back and touched the electrical cable. He died from the shock. And that, they say, is that. A simple explanation indeed. At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. But from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted. But when I pushed him, there wasn't any electrical cables nearby. If there had been something like that, even I would have noticed it. That's true. Even a doofus like him couldn't miss that. That's fair. Let me warn you that if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear on that? Yes, Your Honor. Okay, then, Mia. If he is innocent, there must be some evidence that will somewhere that prove it. I mean, so far this has just been click press simulator, besides one evidence. So what kind of things did Mr. Swallow say to you? He said all sorts of things about Dahlia. He said that she was a bad girl. Is that all? Yep. Oh, Miss Faye, you heard him yourself. Oh boy, you're not doing yourself any favors, Mr. Wright. Please don't make this harder for me than it already is. Anyway, add to that, he said that I just... Brother should not be dating anybody, if that's your temper. Can you tell me what happened in a little more detail? That guy, he just said what he wanted to say to me. And then he put on the jacket he was wearing and started to leave. That's when I lost my temper and flew to a furious frenzy. My uppercut him and killed him. I just gave him a light gentle shot to the chest. And when you did that, there was no severed cable anywhere to be seen. Right. There was nothing like that at all. But is it possible you merely overlooked it? Well, I guess it's possible. What are you doing? Don't think I seem you're like a cheap asshole. I believe what's important here is the moment of the push cord. Let's continue with the testimony witness. That moment. A loud noise. And what would you say that noise was, Mr. Wright? I'm not sure, but it was really loud. It was like, snap. You know. Come to think of it, I wonder what that was. Clearly, Your Honor. It was the sound of the victim being electrocuted. You're not qualified to decide that. Mr. Wright, that loud noise you heard may be extremely important. So try to remember what it was. How do I put it? It's like a sharp crack. Aha! Could have been... Yes. Could have been. Hurry up and tell us. When I pushed him, he dropped the umbrella he was holding. And then he fucking died. He fell right on top of it and it broke. That was probably the noise I heard. An umbrella, huh? And did that umbrella belong to the victim? Yeah, it was a plastic umbrella. Cheap and frail, kind of like the owner. Oh, you can't be saying that about a guy you're on trial for, man. Then again, I wish I had any kind of umbrella. I was totally soaked to the bone. This way. What do you think? Is there something important in that testament just now? I think it's important. Because I think it's the cause of the snap. Of course it's important. No, this sheep umbrella is more than important. It's vital. This is where Phoenix gets his bluffing from, dude. I wanted to have it officially enter the testimony. Not perfectly fitting. Flimsy information for a flimsy lawyer. The court agrees to the defense's request. Witness, please add a bit about the cheap umbrella to your testimony. So Mr. Swallow fell on top of his umbrella. And you are certain of this? Yeah, it was right there under him. Actually, if it hadn't been under him, I would have planned on borrowing it for myself. The umbrella, you mean? Well, yeah, you see I was wearing the sweater here. Dahlia stayed up late for nights at a time making it for me. I didn't want it to rain to dampen the handmade symbol of her love. My stomach is not used to be used as a personal sucker bomb, yeah? I'm sorry. Continue with your testimony, witness. After you shot the victim, did you leave the scene right away? Yes, I did. I admit it. I was furious. You left without even checking Mr. Swallow's condition? Well, yeah. Like I said, I got worried about him later. At that time, did you see anyone else at the scene of the crime? Nope. Nobody. Jeez, can that stupid cough possibly sound any funnier? In that case, it's very hard to believe someone could be else could be the murderer. Unless we can find something that shows his innocence in the testimony there. I'm afraid the judge will have to think it's fun to I'm afraid the judge will make his final decision with no remorse whatsoever. Yes, sir. You need more info? What do you mean more info? We have looked at everything. So, I'm like looking at this. Wrong one. His umbrella's over there, so it's like, explain yourself. Why didn't you testify from the umbrella about the umbrella from the very beginning? Come on, if I had mentioned that, I would have been able to counter the prosecution's arguments earlier. What do you mean by that? Taking a look at the crime scene photo. According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Actually, it's by the electrical pole. You're absolutely right. The conclusion here is obvious. After the defendant left, the victim moved from where he fell. In other words, He was pushed by the defendant. Mr. Solo's still alive. No! Order. The victim, he moved. Mr. Payne. The umbrella in this photo, where is it now? Well, it was collected by the police at the crime scene. I want it presented as evidence immediately. Yeah, it's broken, right? But the umbrella could simply come and boom over there by the wind. According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There's simply no way it could have been blown there by the wind. I mean, yeah, the umbrella is drawn in, so it's like, it couldn't have flown. The matter of this umbrella seems relatively trivial, but as long as the smallest doubt remains, I cannot render final judgment. No! I must say, I still find it hard to believe that a huge hole has been blown into the prosecution's face by the defendant's testimony. Okay. Well done, Mia. Mr. Payne, what are you talking about? Pardon me, Your Honor. Seems like expecting too much of a free ride. He was fools to think I can establish guilt through cross-examination alone. I'm afraid I don't follow what you're saying. Second witness? Let me guess, you have another witness. Exactly. And this witness's testimony will be incontrovertible. I'm not even gonna try that again, I'm sorry. Well, who was his witness? Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Dahlia Hawthorne? You don't mean Dolly? I do, Your Honor. The defendant's very own lover is a witness to the whole thing. That's right. She was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. What? I'm sorry to break the bad news to you, my dear. Bad news? You couldn't be more wrong. Actually, I've been waiting for this. You can't be serious. Mia, what do you mean by that? I think this is a good point for us to stop at. We'll now enter a 20-minute recess. Afterwards, we will listen to the testimony of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. I wasn't born yet. It's not the 27th. Miss Faye, I'm sorry about what happened back there. It's alright. At least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright. Yeah. So I guess you can start to relax, huh? Relax, my boy? You can't be serious. After hiding such important facts. But the next witness is my Dolly, right? She'll save me, I just know she will. Why do you think that? Huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life, that's why. The love of your life, huh? Do you mind telling me more about you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? Sure, no problem. Dolly and I, we first met about 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse. What? Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side. Anyway, one day she and I bumped each other in the reading room downstairs. What is that necklace? That's why I think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. I don't get people like you. Oh, here, look at this. What is that? She gave this to me when the day we met as a symbol of our love. She had been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off. But before she gave it to me, she said, "I want you to carry this. So she gave it to you as a present, I see. This stunning little bottle is filled with memories of my darling Dahlia. Certainly is a little bottle, right? It makes me so happy. I show it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world. He shows it to everyone. Anyways. So after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. Okay. What a strange girl, asking for a present like that back. By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne 8 months ago, it wouldn't happen to have been on August 27th, would it? Huh? Yeah, it was. How did you... This happened on August 27th right in this courthouse. What's this? A new duplicate thing? Let's see. Murder in the courthouse. Murder? What are you reading there? Let me see that. Oh, I see. Yeah. I think I understand what you're trying to say. I think I understand why you suddenly took such a keen interest in this case. You believe there is some connection between these two cases, am I correct? I hope you didn't mind, Mr. Grossberg. Very little information is being disclosed at this time since the victim of yesterday's incident in the district courthouse cafeteria has been a lawyer. However, police are questioning the 19-year-old female college student who was sitting with the victim. Okay, so she's 20 now, so her birthday passed. So she was involved in this is probably evidence. I need to finish this myself. Yes, but I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. Ads are now playing, so I have to hold off. Well, I'll take this time to reconvene and think. And get a drink, because my throat always hurts when I play these games. So, Phoenix's girlfriend, Dahlia, she's a witness to this trial. Both the defendant and the victim knew her. She was there. She was next to another victim. Did they say victim? She was next to another victim in a separate trial 8 months ago. And she dated this victim. She broke up with the victim around the same time. Other than going from person to person, that's leading me to believe that she is not a good person. Which should not make sense. That's what they're trying to tell Phoenix. First trial is certainly interesting to get more to lore, at least. Didn't expect to be playing Mia first thing. Or for Phoenix to also be on trial. We back. Ratty Rough Gamer, you can never keep me in hell. So which idiot ended up in jail today? Well, fun fact, you know the main character, Phoenix Wright, the guy who's the lawyer who does the objection? He's currently my defendant. We're playing a prequel right now, I guess. He's on trial for murder. Yeah. So, he's in a love triangle with this woman, Dahlia, right? The victim was someone she dated. And we're over here assuming that the current proceeding is that Phoenix pushed him into this wire, electrocuting him. But we just got... He has a very familiar face. Honestly, I don't see it. But we just got word that the place that Phoenix met his current girlfriend was at the courthouse. At the same time, a trial was taking place. So where Mia, the Phoenix's mentor, who's the person taking this trial, is expecting foul play. I'll go and have a look in the downstairs reading room and see what else I can find. Thank you. I want to do whatever I can to be help of you, Mia. Well, looks like recess is about over. I better all get moving. I guess so. That recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though. Oh wow, to be continued in the first episode. That's interesting. District 4. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness. Witness. This next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hoffman to the stand. Yeah, that's a... Her eyes look so lifeless. I don't like that. What's with the stiff silence? Alright, sorry about that. In my long career as a judge, I've been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, as take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit you radiate a glow of complete sincerity. I can't believe he actually just said that. I can't believe he said that either. Oh, now then, witness. Could you please state your full name? Don't worry, sweetie. There's no need to be nervous. If anyone says something rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size. And I will bash them with my gavel. I love how they look straight at me when they say that. Thank you for calming my nerves. You are all so nice. I almost feel right at home. Not at all. It was nothing. The sweetest ones are the most satanic in your eyes? Bro, she looks like there's something wrong with her. If we may move on now, what is your full name occupation? Yeah, she looks like she has evil secrets. She also looks like that one Yu-Gi-Oh card from the old era, like the elf. Mystic Elf, I think it was. One of the 2000 defense. She looks like a human version of that. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University. Her theme is also kind of unsettling in your opinion. It's like a fae from folklore. It looks good, but it's deceiving. She's probably evil. I just want to say it's an honor for me to be in the presence of your noble presence. That was power. Like trying to lure you into all fuss and security. Yeah, I feel that. The honor is all mine. No, the honor is all mine. Well, we know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. I don't think that was a reference in the time the team's supposed to be in. Sir, is there something I can help you with? You just go and say whatever's on your mind. I'm sure there must be some kind of mistake. Feeny wouldn't kill anyone, I just know it. Yes. I see why you'd say that. She's going to be a tough witness, alright? It only took them 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please. Bro, get these butterflies out of the court. I had been planning to go back to Feeny's place after the class was over. Feeny and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Alright. Now, why are you calling your ex by a pet name? That's not right. Then suddenly, Ducky got all wobbly and just collapsed. That doesn't sound right. That's when Feeny noticed that I was there. I went to go find some other students, and they called the authorities. Okay. I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong. Young lady, as old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn. Nevertheless, it's my job to discover the truth. Please tell us the truth. But I would never. It's more than enough witness, so I'll allow this to continue. What do you mean by that? Please, just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies. You haven't changed a bit, Mia Fair. What's this? So you two are acquainted? Yes. We've met before. Once. In any case, Miss Faye, the floor is all yours. Good to see you again, Madam Faye. Madam? I'm no one's grandma yet, girlie. Alright, well... Didn't think there'd be a part 2 to a trial, but this is the third game after all. Now, unless I'm mistaken, Mr. Wright, is in the art department. If that's the case, then what were you doing by the pharmacology building? Well, I'm in the literature department. I'm studying Japanese Senryu poetry. Oh, how wonderful. It's that humor shit, Sakiriko Tazawa haiku, yes? Nothing left to do. When a man reaches this age, sleep is his best friend. Nothing left to do. When a man reaches this age, sleep is his best friend. That's supposed to be poetry. It's something more like a midlife crisis. For me to get to the art department, I have to walk through that back area. Ah, yes. I see. That makes sense. This is one of those things where you could really use a map. When I want to enter through the courthouse, I always walk through the front doors. How else would you enter? Teleportation? Why are you calling him a pet name? So who is this Dougie person? Oh, I'm sorry. Doug Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago. So what were Dougie, Mr. Swallow, and Mr. Wright talking about anyways? How can he be so mean? What? I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined. That's right, Miss Faye. Don't drag the witness down to your level. What the fuck? Don't drag the witness down to your level. I'm being demonized here. That's what I'm saying. What the fuck? That's rude. Please, go on. What did you see next? Are you saying the victim just collapsed on his own? Yes. In other words, the defendant never touched the victim. Is that right? I was watching the whole time. He never did the thing to Dougie. If I press her for no good reason, I just know the judge would get angry with me. So what should I do about her testing just now? It got all wobbly. I mean, the contradiction is that Phoenix himself said that it's not true. People eyes aren't very becoming, Miss Hawthorne, so let's shock them, shall we? What? I would never. Miss Faye, I will not allow you to badger this witness. I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition. That is, she has no supporting... Please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my job. Now then, Miss Hawthorne. The defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did in fact push the victim. What? There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It'd be much better if you just came out and told us the whole truth. There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything you saw. Yes, Your Honor. I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony. So we're finally getting somewhere. Oh, I lost some things to see. Okay, that's unfortunate. You didn't see it? Well, I saw the moment when Dougie fell to the ground. At that time, there were only two of them at the scene. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and the victim, Dougie Swallow? Dougie Swallow? Yes, that's right. So then what did it look like they were doomed to you? I thought they were having a nice, friendly afternoon conversation. Oh, give me a break. That's why I really wasn't watching them all that closely. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all? No, nothing at all, Mr. Judge. Oh, I like the sound of that. Oh, my brother, she's 20! Now then, please receive your testimony. When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department? Yes, they're all very fond of their drug. Please try to stay on topic. So to find some pharmacology students, you went to the labs, correct? That's what I was planning to do. But in the end, I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the building entrance. Somehow, they all seemed to know what was going on. The students knew what was going on. The pharmacology students had nothing to do with this incident. I think I need some more information about Dahlia herself. That girl, she's telling a super obvious lie. She knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright. Yes, that's gotta be it. Way to go, Mia. Okay. That means I'm gonna have to dig deep to find the contradiction in this one. Oh, wrong button. So it's either Crime Photo 1 or the umbrella. No, it's neither? Okay. From the top, then. Top of the area. Fence. Dougie is Douglas. Would never eavesdrop. Didn't see it. Oh, I didn't click the right button. That's my bad. I'm not reading. But how could the students have known what was going on? Well, I don't know for sure that they knew what happened. Just, they all seem kind of excited about something. It doesn't look like I'm gonna get any information with the students. So the students called the police? Yes, I was just so panicked. Well, anyone would have been my dear. Oh, you didn't hear anything unusual, but what about the giant snap? Okay. You said you didn't hear anything unusual, is that correct? Yes, that's why I was very relaxed, looking at the scenery around me. That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise. He said that? You're really that close to the two of them. Why didn't you hear this noise as well? Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable. But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise like a snap. There's no way a noise like that can fail to make an impression. May I have a moment to answer? By all means. I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on, and I was listening to music at the time. Headphones? You mean both of your ears were covered? The rain was just beginning to let up. But it seems as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. So the sky continued to flash and rumble. We sure about that? Thunder and lightning, huh? Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of the thunder. I'm afraid of the sound of thunder. So I put my headphones on to block it out. Then why wasn't there any evidence of headphones at the crime scene? I think it's crazy how they're like, yeah, I didn't see or hear anything. Yeah, you know when you didn't hear anything because you had headphones. Why didn't you say that in the first place? Hee hee hee. Well, Your Honor, as you can see, there weren't any contradictions in her testimony after all. Wait a sec, Mia. That testimony just now. It's just something that totally changed this whole case. She didn't hear anything. I'm gonna say it was lightning because there's no thing there. Your Honor, there's a problem with the witness's testimony. What do you mean? Didn't you notice? She said there was lightning, correct? Yes, what about it? Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere, am I right? That's not the time for a science lesson, Miss Fay. Yes, Your Honor. Anyways, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by that bolt of lightning? Oh. Everyone just was like, oh. I must admit that the thought had not occurred to me. Alright, we're kind of just like on theory territory now. Just what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy anyway? This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered, but that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was, in fact, the victim of a stray bullet. It appears the defense may be onto something. Could it be that the defense was actually an accidental? Alright, you did it, man. I'll be taking that not guilty now if you don't. I'm hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Fay. Huh? I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has also done its research, Your Honor. We found that there were no lightning strikes on the day of that location. What? What's more, we have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case. Evidence, Mr. Payne? Well, what is this evidence? This affidavit. Affidavit. No, it's... I remember looking this up one time. I have to look this up again. I hate that. Affidavit. Okay. Affidavit. And who is this affidavit from? The pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in the lab that day. Allow me to read out the testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 p.m. that day. Was it a blackout?
All of Law's equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor.
So you're saying the equipment lost power because...
Precisely. They lost power because of the severed electrical cable. The power outage occurred at approximately 3 p.m.
Which fits with the time of death listed in the autopsy report.
Exactly. In other words, the victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future.
I see.
Apparently the cables had become so brittle that even the smallest bump would have caused them to break.
So it's definitely the umbrella hitting it. However, there's one thing that troubles me. The cable could have been broken by any small bump. Then it wouldn't have snapped if it had been bumped into, correct?
Well, I suppose you could say that.
Miss Faye, do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severed cable? Your Honor, I don't like how this is looking one bit. I had to come up with something to try to regain some momentum.
If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion.
Well then, let's hear it. Or what was it that caused the cable to break?
This is it. This is why the cable snapped. Well, Your Honor?
No?
Yeah,
okay.
If it's not that...
If... Huh. Some sort of impact. I'm gonna just say it's Dahlia because it's funny. He fell on his umbrella. The umbrella wasn't the answer. Was it the victim himself? What if, like, did he, like, bump into the pole? I'm sorry, what are we looking at here? For sake of argument, I'm gonna click Phoenix, because, like... You what? Your Honor, please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony. The defendant's testimony? He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened at around 3 p.m., correct? They're saying that he did okay, well... I guess it is a more roundabout way of putting it. Sure. Yes, that sounds about right. Wait, are you saying that the equipment lost power around 2:55 p.m., which fits around Mr. Wright's timeline?
In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage. Okay, I suppose that makes sense. Yes, the prosecution also came to that same conclusion. It was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted. I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne. What's that supposed to mean? You can look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right. The victim banged into the pole as a result of being pushed. Okay. So, I did say that earlier. I was going about the wrong way, at least. At least I'm not totally stupid. That makes sense. And the victim was electrocuted. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no. It doesn't make sense at all. It doesn't, right? If the victim was shoved into this the far pole, then he couldn't have been electrocuted by this severed cable in the foreground here. Ah! In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim. Order in the court. The lamentations of my enemy. How I long to hear them. It's true. The defense is absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be any way the defendant could have... Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something? The Madam Attorney's explanation. She said some things that are a little different than I remember them. What? What the? Please, just once more. May I please testify one more time? Please, Mr. Judge? Of course it's alright. Go right ahead and give your new testimony. This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors. Where she murders my client. The truth is, Feeney pushed him twice. The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him. But Feeney caught up and crashed into him from behind. The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted. It all occurred in less than a minute. What the fuck? So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away. And that is when the defendant pushed him for the second time. I'm so sorry, Feeney, but I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge? Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Now then, Miss Fay, you may proceed with your cross-examination. This is one giant fucking lie. Ms. Hawthorne, previously in your testimony you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Ducky. I know, but I'm sorry. You wanted to protect Feeney. So that's why you basically lied to the court? I was a bad girl, I know. Mr. Judge? Yes? Would you please forgive little old me? Of course he won't. What you did was called pre-jerk. Oh, come on. You're just a little white lie. Don't forget it this time. But please be more careful from now on, alright? Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Judge. Not at all. The judge would be more careful himself. A dark alley's more friendly than that girl. Honestly. Kinda achievement for that. You're saying you actually saw the victim get pushed into the electrical pole. I know it doesn't look it, but Feeney can be a bit of an imp when he wants to be. Oh, really? I never can imagine that he would cause an electrical cable to break. Feeney really is scared when he gets mad. Yes, he sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed. You guys are fucked. So let me get this straight. You were happily listening to music on your headphones while you watched this scene unfold? Huh? Miss Faye, I'll have you just ask you to stop badgering the witness. I wasn't happy. I was so scared that I couldn't even move. All I could do was stand there and cheer them on. Cheer them on? What do you mean by that? Well, I wish the best for them both and they would give the fight their all. What? One's your current boyfriend and one's your ex. That's just okay. It's very sweet of you to be so supportive. And what happened after that? That doesn't sound quite right. There were handprints found on the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Paint, were there also prints on the back of his leather jacket? Well, no, there weren't. Faye, may I suggest you listen a little more carefully? So he crashed into him from behind, right? I feel he wouldn't leave behind any prints in that case, would he? You keep calling him my Feeny when you're calling him like a psychopathic murderer. Ugh. The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted, it'll have an incredible less than a minute. Did you actually witness the moment the victim is executed? I'm sorry. I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away. That's understandable. Yes, indeed. It would have been a perfect sight for anyone to behold. She didn't have much time to relax. It's my best chance. Pre-jury. Saw him get pushed. Imp gets mad. Listen to the music. Cheer them on, fighting. I've been reading this watch all along. That says 305. The timing on the watch is definitely like, because if it happened less than a minute, then his death would be around 3. Wait a minute, is this the answer? No. It can't be all in less than a minute. Okay, there it is. I was on the right track. That's enough, witness. I'm afraid I don't understand. You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture? See? The game notices it. The game notices it. that medicine. That's the one Feeny likes to take for his cold. Not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m. Yes, and your point is, Miss Faye? My point is this. What time is it when the lab suffered the power outage due to its cable snapping? Well, according to the student's testimony, this is clear. It was 2:55 p.m. Yeah! Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne, what exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow. Order in the court. What is this all about? This is nonsense. The real murderer. Even you can't deny that the time between the cable breaking and the execution are completely unaccounted for. Then who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it? There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene. Was there a window for opportunity for the real killer? Miss Faye, is the defendant ready to indict someone as this real killer? It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor, we are ready. Very well. But remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you'll be penalized. I think careful before you speak, Miss Faye. Who's the real killer? Well, that's my defendant. He's not a part of this. He's not a part of this. He's the victim. Unless he killed himself. That's kind of really funny. Could only have been you, Dahlia Hawthorne. What? How can you? The defense is grasping at straws. 10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of execution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you listening to music? Were you really listening to music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe you didn't lift the finger to stop the men dearest to you. Order. Miss Faye. What I mean? What? This is a... Miss Hawthorne, I believe you witnessed the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you that pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very own hands. Why'd you do that? How can you say something so mean, Madam Faye? I didn't do anything. Miss Faye. Your Honor, please, last thing I want to say. You? What is it? Please. Please strike everything the defense just said now from the record. What the? Are you daft? You're totally wrong, Miss Faye. Probably, she couldn't do something like that. Mr. Wright, get back in your seat. Bailiff, grab that man. Leave my dolly alone. Sick freak. That boy. He's gotten himself way over his head. Oh, Mr. Rosberg, you're back. Seems I arrived just in the good time. I found the new police report on the incident in the newspaper clipping. Well, now I need to read it. Suspect, oh god. Cafeteria, Diego Armando, lawyer, Hawthorne. Armando enters a poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Traces of poison found in the coffee cup. No poison was found. Is this poison? Is this fucking poison? Thank you so much. This is exactly what I was hoping for. Better take a good look at it.
details how you came to lose your boyfriend. Diego was boyfriend. Now then, the defense has made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, really, Your Honor, May
I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor?
Don't you worry, my dear. I have the situation well in hand. Go right ahead.
Madam Faye, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet ducky? Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also try to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright.
I told you you should let me handle this. Sorry, please go ahead.
How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. The notion that I try to friend him was ludicrous. This is all just too much for poor little me to bear. I believe the girl was trying to ask what the plan of her motive would be. Mm-hmm. "8 months ago, an incident occurred in this basement of the cafeteria of this building. And then, on the same day, the two of you accidentally meet. Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne." Further testimony? What about? About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Miss Phoenix Wright.
What capacity has to do with this case?
The witness claims that she has no reason to friend the defendant, am I correct? Well, I have evidence that she suggests that she, in fact, has a very good reason. Very well, then. The court grants the defense's request. Young lady, do you mind staying on just a bit longer? Of course not, Mr. Judge. Get ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia Hawthorne. How I Met My Feeny. Insane thing. I met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very course house basement reading room. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day. We're so lovey-dovey, we make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think. Mr. Wright, do that again and you'll be held in contempt of court. Now enter the final act of melodrama. Hey, Erectus Rex, how you doing? Thanks for the follow like last week, by the way. As we used to say in the days of my youth, go-getter. Hell yeah. So, until that time, you'd been dating Doug Swallow. Yes, I'm a real fool, I know. Letting my emotions change so quickly. I'm ashamed of myself. No, not at all. Look at me, I'm infamous for changing my mind. My critics have been calling me Judge Fickle. Maybe you should look for a different line of work. Despite that, however, he always hands the correct verdict. That's why people call him the Great Judgini. What the fuck? The courthouse reading room? That's a strange place to meet the love of your life. That's not true, Madam Faye. After all, Feeny was. Feeny was not only an art student, he was also planning on becoming a lawyer. I'm not talking about him, I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in a courthouse reading room? This line of questioning is out of line. It is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with our murder case. Miss Faye, I'm warning you. There's something to do with Mrs. Swallow's case. Wait and see for now. Hold my tongue. Now then, young lady, please go over your testimony.
So what about Mr. Wright made your heart malfunction like that? In my personal opinion, he looks like a typical sunny-nosed college brat. Perhaps to a woman your age, but to me, Feeny is handsome. Perhaps to you, Miss Hawthorne. But to the rest of the planet, he's a dime a dozen. Love is a mysterious thing, and I entered this line of questioning. If you were to look at my wife, for example, you may all be shocked.
He's telling the truth. It was truly shocking.
Beautiful mushroom growing tall in the darkness. It comes from the cow dung. What? It comes from cow dung. That's the poem I bet that best describes how I feel about my feet. Insane. Are there any bad things between you and Mr. Swallow? No, none at all. We parted on very good terms. It can't be. Investigation also shows that it was a clean breakup. Huh, are you sure? Yes, it seems they both wanted it that way. So the victim wanted to break up with her. So you're saying that Mr. Swallow also wanted to break up with you? Well, you see. What a cruel thing to ask you ugly lady like this. By the way, I've never once considered leaving my wife. No one cares, Mr. Payne. She didn't deny it, that must mean. Doc Swallow must have seen through a little act. He must have gotten a glimpse of her true nature. Listen to me, Mia. Everyone has the judge in the palm of her hand, you see. So the only way to discredit her is to find a contradiction in her testimony. So it's this one right here. Your Honor, if you allow me some latitude, I think I can establish some relevance. Please ask her to continue through the testimony.
Very well. Young lady, I got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room?
If it pleases Your Honor, the answer is simply this. I had come to this courthouse to do some research for a paper I was writing. What? You were writing a paper on what? On the relationship between modern scenery poetry and the criminal world.
That sounds like a fascinating research idea.
Am I getting old? No, I've even forgot what I've forgotten. I'm getting with the midlife crisis stuff.
Yeah, why did that girl really come to this courthouse? Isn't that what you really wanted to know? Hey, speaking of forgetting things, you haven't forgotten the police report, haven't you? I went through the trouble to get it, my dear, so please read it carefully.
Yes, I know. I know. The game is just practically telling me to use this. Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of a research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason? What is the meaning of that cocky smile on your face, Miss Fay? 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy. Another tragedy?
Do you mean the attorney was poisoned?
The name of the suspect in the incident is listed here in the report. And that name is Dahlia Hawthorne.
What? Dahlia Hawthorne?
Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eyes, Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago.
Order. This is unbelievable. It's true then. The lovely Shoskin had the cruelest thorn.
Miss Fay, that's not fair. You can't slander my witness under the case. I, Winston Payne, will not allow it. Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking. Pardon me, go right ahead. It's true about 8 months ago. The police expressed some interest in me.
Express some interest in you, huh?
Mr. Judge, sir. And I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred that incident 8 months ago.
I see.
Okay. I've tied the two crimes together, and now just gotta stay on the offensive.
Well done, Mia. Oh, my hemorrhoids. You've really lit a fire in my parch, in my buttocks. I can hardly tell if it's more inflamed, my spirit or my hemorrhoids.
You and your hemorrhoids, man. Shut up. Yeah. I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment. That's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that was lethal, just 2 teaspoons. And not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that.
So that's what here happened 8 months ago.
However, as you've heard from the witness's testimony, it had nothing to do with it. I think the defense is just out of tricks. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Pan, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve today. And I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination. What the? Why does the defense suddenly feel stronger?
Aha! Yeah, you're looking for true lawyer's aura, my dear. That proud passion and self-confidence is absolutely smashing.
I'm gonna give it a small break because there should be an ad coming in the next, a minute or so. Well, stay, whatever. Fuck off. It's literally just started the ad break. This case is certainly something. 2 murders, a love triangle. Well, not triangle, really, but that and Mia's boyfriend was murdered, and she's the prime suspect. This new theme is pretty interesting. I wonder if it stays or if it's just for Mia. The ad break ends in a minute if you are watching. This case is interesting, but I think I'm reaching towards the end of it now. Like, this is the last part. Ad break is over. Let's continue. What are you talking about, the defense attorney? Well, I'm sorry, it's confidential. According to the report, you're being interviewed regarding another case. The lawyer was killed. He said he wanted to talk to me about an incident I was caught up in when I was younger. Why don't you tell us all what that incident was? This actually had nothing to do with this case. Objection sustained. The defense's question is stricken from the record. You get involved with a lot of incidents, don't you, Miss Hawthorne? Well, I guess I was just born under a bad sign. Don't worry, Dahlia, I'll protect you. You heard the man. That is true, long lady. Oh, Feeny, please. Ugh, those two are really making me ill. Albeit for decidedly different reasons. How long were you gone? I've already answered all of these questions for the police. At least you must know, maybe 10 or 20 minutes. And where were you during that stretch of time? Using the toilet? What are you saying, Miss Faye? Toilet? My perfect little dolly doesn't poo. You heard the defendant, Miss Faye. Better look next time. Oh, Feeny, please. The police have already looked into this whole matter. The line of questioning is nothing but a waste of the court's time. Objection sustained. Ms. Hawthorne, please continue with your testimony. About how much liquid is 2 teaspoons? Let me see. My bottle of eye drops says it's about a half fluid ounce, which means it's equal to 3 teaspoons. It's about 2/3 of that, huh? The poison was found in the lawyer's mug of coffee. Must have been after I left the table. Someone must have quietly slipped it in there. A special kind of poison? How so? Well, I heard that it's almost impossible to detect. Oh? And where would something like that come from? Sorry, all I know is that I overheard the policeman saying. They said something about using advanced chemical process to purify it. Chemical processes? Well, that's quite impressive. Most impressive. The better question is, how did the criminal get something like that? And that's the reason they didn't arrest you. Because no one could have shown you how you got the poison. I think it's a good enough reason, Madam Faye. She's right. And I think we've all had enough of Miss Faye's questions. So, in essence, the major reason Miss Hawthorne was never arrested for this crime was because no one could show her how she could have obtained the poison. And all we have to do is find a way to establish how she got some, right? Great. Now, how did the literature student get a hold of poison of all things? So, she got poison, but her boyfriend... I didn't do that. I'm gonna fuck off. As I was saying, her boyfriend is a pharmaceutical. They deal with medicine. Drugs. You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison. I don't believe you. What? In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab. But boyfriend? You mean the victim, Doug Swallow? That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University. Pharmacology? His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit could have never obtained such a rare and special poison. Well, Miss Hawthorne seems to give it access to such poison after all. And then it was a matter of slipping into the victim's coffee when it wasn't looking. The only person who could have done that was at the one sitting at this very table. You. No!
Water. Could it be? That's nothing but a baseless excuse. May I say something, Madam Faye? What is it, Miss Hawthorne? The amount of poison in the coffee is 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you need some kind of container. Well, yes, that's true. I was searched immediately as the incident took place. Quite true. In truth, the entire courthouse is turned upside down. But they didn't find a suspicious container anywhere, did they? She's right. They mentioned that in the report. Well, you could have easily gotten rid of something that small. Excuse me, madam, but this is the court of law. You're saying I threw the poison container away? I think you need to show some kind of proof. Proof? She's gonna be good at that. Provide some evidence, or I'll dislike this entire line of questioning, Miss Faye. Once we can come up with some evidence, we're gonna lose this lead. The police conducted a full-body search of Dahlia in this entire courthouse, and yet the container holding the poison disappeared right around the crime occurred. You're going to accuse the young lady of committing the murder. Then where is the container of the poison carried in? What happened to it? It's this right here. It's a bottle necklace. It's a bottle. It holds things. You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you passed it on to someone who had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched. Who is this person? Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course. So the defendant was this witness's accomplice? Of course not. She gave the poison to him, disguised as a present. But what? But that's... That's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? Quite cute. So what about it? What does it mean, Miss Faye? The day the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago, August 27th. The very same day as the poisoning incident. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that would give her away. What? Are you saying there's a deadly poison in here? No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain that if the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount. No! Order. On behalf of Dahlia, I object. Mr. Wright, control yourself! I want to let you bully her like this. Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat. Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Why? Because I'm madly in love with her. Madly in love. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time. Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne would want to date you any- Fucked. Well, guess she must be madly in love with me too. Mr. Wright, please, open your eyes. At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you is... Dahlia Hawthorne was not and is not madly in love with you. The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace you love to wear around your neck. My necklace? Back there in the waiting room, you said it yourself. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she's always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. What a strange girl asking for a present back like that. For Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back. You're lying. She never gave it back to her. And to make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she
I don't believe you. No, that's a lie. Ugh. Mia, are you alright? Not the defendant. He's getting away. Caleb, hurry after him. Brother. Mia, are you alright? Yes, I think so. That boy, he went completely insane. Where's Mr. Wright? Looks like the bailiff caught him, so he'll be back soon enough. Thank goodness. Oh no. What is it? The bottle necklace. It was Hawthorne's present. It's gone. What? It's terrible. Mr. Wright must have grabbed into it and he slammed into me. Foolish boy. It's something that could have saved him. What the blazes is supposed to do now? Mr. Wright, this sort of behavior is unprecedented in the history of this court. Sorry. I'm afraid your apology isn't enough. Mr. Wright. What did you do with the bottle necklace? Forgive me, I'm sorry. It's okay, just give back the necklace. I ate it. You what? You ate it? It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew it little bits first, but yeah. What the? What? What is he doing now? Your Honor, you gotta stop this trial. Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? That bottle's all may have some poison left in there. It seems the defendant has proven the prosecutor's case for us. Clearly that bottle did not contain a deadly poison. How can you be so sure? Yeah, I think it's obvious. As you can see, the defendant is very much still alive. As for the poison, more like a deflecting defense attorney's overactive imagination. So it would seem. No, there must be some kind of mistake. The bottle must not have any poison left in it. Either that, or the poison must have lost its potency. There. It's alright, rookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do. And it's harrowing to see that you placed this much faith in Mr. Wright. But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side, too. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, for my very life. Which is why I can state that your assessment of her is completely wrong. That's enough. Unfortunately, Miss Fay, can I accept your explanation of the events? But why? This may be impossible for being... Sorry about that. This may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand, but in a court of law, evidence is everything. Even after I prove so much, is she gonna get away with everything? Well, now that the suspicion is surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I'd like to proceed with the trial. Mr. Wright? I'm sorry, Miss Fay. It totally slipped my mind. I'm really sorry. I know you believed in me, and I feel like I really let you down. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say? There's something I forgot to tell you. What is it? That day. The day I made Doug swallow. That girl. You shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Last night, someone stole some poison from our lab. But poison? The same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to that lab at that time, too. It could have been her. That girl's a thief. Stop it. Don't talk about her like that. And then he fucking died. He one-shot her. Is it true? Did he really say that? That's ridiculous. There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and I came to have a look. And she was there. Dahlia was right there. She was crouched down next to him. What? She told me not to tell anyone about it, but... I'm sorry, Dahlia. Your Honor, the defendant is... Miss Faye, you tell them. Dahlia didn't do it. She's innocent. So Dahlia sold the poison 8 months ago, too, huh? Put together with Wright's testimony. There's only one possible conclusion. The defense believes that Miss Dahlia Hawthorne stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow. The night before? Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone. Miss Faye. You're so certain for your theory, then let me ask you this. Miss Me, this is your last chance. Think carefully now. There's something that she desperately wanted to get back, therefore... Exactly who was Miss Dahlia planning to kill? This little shit. There was only one person that was standing squarely in Miss Dahlia Hawthorne's way. And that person was... Mr. Phoenix Wright. Me? That's preposterous! After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered! Well, it's true that that's how things worked out. But let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison was, in fact, you, Phoenix Wright. There's no one else it could be. But how can that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Miss Hawthorne were in love. Poor Mr. Wright. This might be killing him. Hang in there. I'll bring her to justice, I swear it. As I said before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence that linking her to the incident 8 months ago. That's right, the bottom necklace. That's all she cared about. But even so, why would you go as far as to murder him? 8 months ago, just after the fall of that eternity in the basement cafeteria, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne could only think of one thing. How to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible. No, it can't be. It was a pretty good move she made, too. The evidence was missing for a long time. But there was just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met. You mean... that's why she should have killed Mr. Wright? Correct, Your Honor. Just retrieve that piece of evidence. That can't be true. Feeny, what a joke you are. Honestly, how can any woman count on you for anything? I even told you time and time again to keep your traps shut about me and the necklace. You disgust me. Miss Hawthorne? It appears we're nearing the end of this trial. Fine. I can tell you I'm planning to kill a criminal no matter what I say. You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne. We'll see about that. But first, where's your evidence? Since your sniveling little crybaby client has eaten the bottle as a snack. Ugh. Well, Hey, old man, are you senile or something? Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face? Miss Hawthorne, what's happened to you? You're really that shocked? Or do you prefer me this way, Mr. Judge? With absolutely no proof, you should have voluntarily witnessed like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now, if you don't mind. But we're not finished. Fine, then ask this nasty old hag to finish up already. Welcome back, Snorlax. Can't let her get away this time. Stop me, keep on pushing without any evidence. You could be the ultimate prize as a lawyer. What's that? What is the ultimate prize? You'd be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid. Oh. You better think it over carefully, Miss Faye, or should I say Miss Gray? Well, Miss Faye, Can you provide evidence that would establish your guilt once and for all? Can I? What am I trying to prove? Either the fact that she murdered somebody 8 months ago, or that she pushed the victim into the electrical pole. That must appear my peers and lawyers is over. To be honest, at this point, I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. Even so, I'd rather lose my attorney's badge than I get away with murder. Your Honor, the defense would like to present proof. Alright. Impossible, you can't possibly... Stupid woman. It is the opinion of the court that there's already been enough discussion. Therefore, allow only one piece of evidence to be presented. Just one. If you're unable to establish your guilt, then I'm afraid that a very harsh verdict will immediately be handed on Mr. Wright. I understand, Your Honor. I can just imagine the headline for tomorrow's newspaper. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets Earth before she gets a chance to soar. She's planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, then the poison was probably in there. Fuck! She poisoned the fucking medicine! Holy fuck, because he's been taking it every day. And he lost it because the ex-boyfriend took it knowing that he was in danger. Damn, he was a bro the entire time. I mean, yeah, he's trying to get him away from her, but damn! Here it is, Your Honor. The evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all. Cold Killer X. You try beloved cold medicine. Does your rookie defense have a bit of a cold? If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned. What? Remember what the defendant had said in his testimony. I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime of the day of the accident. I always eat with Dahlia, just the two of us. She was the one who took his bottle of Cocoa X. Then she poisoned it, knowing that Mr. Wright was going to take some. Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim, Doug Swallow, who was holding that medicine. I would like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence? Huh? What are you talking about? 8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she'd accidentally run into in the reading room. My client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That is when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poisoned bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she can carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright. I believe she did testify she was going to meet with the defendant. Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened in the crime, including what the defendant and victim were arguing about, and the electrical cable. That's when she realized, I can't allow Doug Swallow to live. She used the severed electrical cable to silence him forever. Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. And on top of that, because of the sudden power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying the bottle of poisoned cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they searched me like they did Amos ago? Amos ago? Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way she did back then. She had someone else hold it. In this case, Doug Swallow. Fucking hell, his name is Don't Swallow. Don't swallow the medicine. Thank you for the sub, Kalen. My goat. His name is what? Yeah, his name is fucking Doug Swallow. The entire point was that he was preventing Phoenix from swallowing something. His name is Don't Swallow. Oh, come on now, everyone. Surely you aren't fooled, are you? This stupid woman, she's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar. Right, Mr. Prosecutor? Huh? Yes, it's exactly right. It's just pure desperation. I wonder which one of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne. This cold medicine. I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. So come on, show us. I dare you to take some of this medicine right now. Mia Fey! Mia Fey! Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Mia Fey? When does this game take place? Okay, so this is the first trial. This is 5 years before the current timeline. That is to say, current Phoenix is 26, but this one's 21. Yeah, it's 5 years ago, and this is like, I don't know. I guess this is like the show when Phoenix like was like, I gotta work under Mia Fey or something. That's my guess. That's just fine. For the time being, victory is yours. For the time being? Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again. I'm certain of it. Well then, Mr. Judge. I'll see you later too, okay? Huh? Or if yes. I'm gonna spend a little quiet time with Men in Blue now. Why is Mia dead, bro? I know. It was all because of that fucking bitch. He hit her over the head with a thinker. Ah. I wish you all the best. She could have lived a long time, bro. Phew. It's finally all over. I refuse to accept this. The defense hasn't shown a script of evidence to support their actual claim. But even so, your witnesses seem to have it. Try that again. But even so, your witnesses seem to have accepted it. I don't care. I'm just in pain. I don't believe one word this rookie has said. Well then, Mr. Pan, let me ask you this. Yes? Would you care to try this cold medicine? What? Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said. There, it's alright, rookie. For example, I would trust Miss Hawthorne with my very life. So, if she's so trustworthy, then I'm sure there couldn't possibly be any poison here, right? Well, you see, yeah. And here comes the back pedal. Man, my Phoenix try has a voice meant to finish a statement. Come on now, rookie killer. Show this rookie how it's done. How much trust do you really have for this woman? Are you willing to bet your life? Yeah! Oh, his hair. My hair is flying off! My beautiful hair! No! His poor fucking hair! No! He's ugly now! Mr. Payne, about Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Yes, Your Honor. I'll file papers for her immediate arrest. Tragic, but not surprising. I knew there's something suspicious about her from the very beginning. Don't lie, just admit you are wrong. By the way, Miss Faye. Yes, Your Honor? Was it just me, or did you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne seem to know each other? Your Honor, whether you did or not has no bearing on this case. Very well. Or Mr. Payne. This can't be happening, it's a nightmare! It's just like losing my daughter! Losing to my daughter? It appears Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does the defendant have anything further to say? It can't be true, my dear. Dahlia. Very well then. I believe I am ready to pass judgment and bring this trial to the end. The court finds the defendant, Phoenix Wright, not guilty. Yeah! 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 This court is now adjourned. Bro tried to kill you. Bro, he was in love. He was in love. I get it. He's just in shock. If the person you've been spending 8 months... First of all, let's ignore the fact that, it's only 8 months. If the person that you consider the love of your life wanted to murder you, you'd be distraught too. It's only fair. Ignoring the fact that it was less than a year and that their entire relationship was based on a lie, it would be a shock to anybody. Mia, you were wonderful in there. Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg. During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode. Stop talking about your goddamn hemorrhoids. Mr. Varys. Mr. Grossberg. Do you maybe think you could stop talking about them? That's rather rude. Anyway, so this case made me think. What does it really mean to have a relationship with mutual trust in the client? Perhaps because we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of this. Oh, Mr. Wright. Congratulations. Thanks. I was thinking. Go on. The Dahlia I saw up there on the window stand. I don't think that was really her. Which part? What? Yeah, the Dahlia I know could never say those words of terrible things. Maybe she's like, I don't know, a fake or something. Boy, this poor kid hasn't got a clue. You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright, for your own sake. Yeah, you're right. It's probably for the best. My guy, please, you're... Also, you need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little. But, out of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown-up. What kind of company does this guy keep? Right now, I'm starting to become a lawyer myself. That's what you keep saying. But I thought you were in the art department. Well, yeah, I am. But there's a friend I desperately want to help. If I hurry, then I should be able to save him in time. I see. Same as Faye. A lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right? Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself. But I think that's exactly what a lawyer is. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to study my butt off. I'll become a lawyer for sure. I hope we see each other again someday. Maybe even in court. It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer just like I planned and managed to save my friend. But Mia has passed on to a better place. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. But it also brings up some very precious ones. And memories that I thought would never rise to the surface again. Mia is gone now. But even so, I can hear her in my mind. Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your client. In a court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief. 5 long years. Something has happened that made me think back on the words of wisdom. But that is a story for another day. White-haired man. Okay, well, that was a good first trial. That was longer than the last couple of ones for the first trials. Ah, shit, it's him. You're so right. Unfortunately, this is where we're stopping. A nice 3-hour stream, a whole trial completed at once. So, once again, thank you everyone for watching. I will be streaming in approximately 5 hours. Metroid Prime 4 is coming out midnight, and I'm going to be streaming that. Other than that, I will stream again tomorrow for Kirby Air Rider's finale and some more MegaMan Battle Network. But thank everyone for watching. I'm very thankful that everyone stopped by. Especially some new faces. I'm happy to see you guys. And some old faces too. But yeah, thank you everyone, and I hope you all have a good night, good day, wherever you are. And hopefully I will see you next time. Whether that's tomorrow or another day. Bye-bye.